Honestly, life would actually probably get a lot worse if everyone in the world believed in Jesus. That's how my life got started getting worse. In fifth grade, I decided to get in front of a church and tell people I believed in Jesus when I knew nothing about him. I didn't know anything about what it meant to follow Jesus, what making him Lord was, what does he love, what does he not like. But after I decided to get in front of a church and tell everyone I'm a Christian and I believe in Jesus when I knew nothing about him, nothing about whatever, and I go on sinning, and now I'm depressed and suicidal because no one told me I actually had to read the Bible and do what it said. Or well, no one actually told me to read the Bible. I didn't know what was in the Bible. I didn't know what it says. I didn't know I had to make Jesus the Lord of my life. And I told people I did. And now I'm depressed and I'm suicidal. And now they want to put me on drugs. They think that's the answer. Because I want to tell you something. First off, so this is a true story. That happened in fifth grade. By eighth grade, I was depressed and suicidal. My parents found out, took me to psychiatrists. They put me on antidepressants. They're like, hey, do you have trouble sleeping? I was like, I mean, yeah, I do that. I have trouble sleeping too. They gave me sleeping medication. All that is probably what ruined my entire life, to be quite honest with you. And then, of course, whatever. And so one, yeah, yes, I did have trouble sleeping. Probably has to do with my sin in my life. You know, what do some people say? Oh, you have trouble sleeping. Okay, maybe you need sunlight. Maybe you need exercise. Maybe you need to eat right. Maybe you need to like be doing something. Or as far as the depression goes, maybe you need to be doing something with your life. Have a drive, have hobbies, have all this and that. I know I read like a anyways, I'm getting his sidetracked. I just want to like tell a story about today. I do not get out in the sun. I have not been exercising lately. I do not eat very well. I sleep fine. Like, I specifically want to go out exercise. I want to eat better. I want to get more sunlight. But it's like for the last, I don't know how long, it's like God, before like maybe the last month or I don't know, month or so, I was getting exercise. I was eating right, or more or less eating good, exercise, eating good, getting some sunlight, more or less. And I wanted to, and I felt like I needed, or I don't know if I necessarily felt need to, but I felt like it. I was like, I want to do these things. I'm doing them. I feel like doing them. I'm doing them, whatever. The last month or so, I do not feel like doing these things at all. I don't, I'm like, I should probably go outside, but I actually have a feeling that's like, don't. I'm like, I want to go exercise. A feeling inside me is like, don't. I want to go out and get all these healthy foods and stuff, and I just don't feel like it, to be quite honest. I don't want to feel like making food. I used to like be like making all kinds of food from whatever, and now I'm just like throw something in the microwave, eat something pre-cooked. I don't want to do anything, like whatever. I'm not eating that well, not going in the sun, not exercising. I'm sleeping fine because I'm more or less not sinning. When I do maybe sin a little bit, like throughout the day, I notice for the most maybe I'll sin, feel convicted, whatever. But there's some things that God doesn't deal with me yet. Like in like just going through the days, I have stuff to do or stuff to get done or stuff whatever is going on. He doesn't really do too much with me. Like even if I just like I don't know sit still and pray, and I'm like, what am I? Is there stuff you want to talk about? It's like nothing really happens. Once I hit the pillow at night, it's like I almost look forward to, once I hit the pillow at night, and then it's like okay, God might start like talking to me then. It's like, did you remember these things and these things and that? I'm like, oh yeah, that is kind of wrong and that is kind of wrong and yeah, I should work on that and whatever. And maybe that doesn't usually last that that long, but then that's what happens. And I think through these things and whatnot, and then I'm at peace. Go to bed, go to sleep. I sleep fine. I how do I sleep fine? Because I'm not more or less sinning. Do I sin? Yeah. Feel bad. God points it out. God convicts me, punishes me even. I sleep fine. Why don't people sleep? It's, you could say, oh, sunlight, exercise, this, that, body, whatever. And it's like God specifically wanted me to go through this month just to show that that's not exactly it. Like, sure, if you want to be more or less fine, do all the physical things, take a bunch of vitamins, take a bunch of pills, take all these whatnots. If you want sin in your life, yeah, that's the way you're going to have to go. Like, why are we so screwed today? It's literally the advent of medication is why we're so screwed. What was America, 60, 70 years ago? Pretty much all Christian. Maybe some pretty, I don't know. I don't want to use the word uptight or whatever, but I don't know. We were mostly Christian, not too much like whatever. There was no contraception, there was no abortions. It was like, I don't know why there wasn't as much like teenage pregnancy, other than people actually didn't have sex with someone unless they were going to get married, because people were seriously, I don't know, all the stuff that went into that. But that's also the problem today, is probably the sexual immorality is a lot of the problem we have today. But anyways, so 60, 70 years ago, we didn't really have too much medication. We were pretty much, at least in the United States, pretty much mostly Christian, more or less following religious rules. And not saying this is a good thing, but you were really looked down upon if you weren't following the religious Christian rules and stuff like that. I'm not saying necessarily that's whatever, but then we could get medication. And now if you sin and you're not doing well, oh, let's just get a pill. You're not doing well, oh, we have all these, take all these vitamins, take these pills, get exercise, do this, do that, do this, do that. So when you're suffering or whatever, oh, we just have a pill for that. We have a medication for that. And also, we have all sorts of new sins. Pornography is, I was going to say it's more widely available, but it's actually literally everywhere. You can't even go to a beach anymore without seeing porn. You can't even you can't even check your email without an ad on the right with people in their bras, or literally bra ads on your freaking email. Like, you used to have to go into a Sears catalog magazine, and that was like how you had to find your porn, was literally you get your Sears catalog magazine, look at those bra pictures. Now we have the internet, and now people don't even care. Just go to the beach. People in their thongs and tiny bikinis that barely cover their whatevers. I'm sorry, I don't need to go that far, but, and you have people literally just posting themselves all over online, showing everything, wearing nothing. You can't go to a freaking college campus without seeing people in barely anything. Like, I live in the hot, where I live, people wear literally almost nothing just walking around a college campus. It's not even just the beach. And online, that, and then whatever, TVs, movies, everything, they're all emphasizing sexualization and all of that stuff. It used to be not as rampant. Now it's everywhere, literally everywhere. It's not just that it's available, like, oh, if you want to, you can find it if you needed to. It's literally everywhere you look. And then all the other stuff that goes on and all the other sorts of sins. Now we have, then there's the invention of TV. And now we have all these TV shows and movies. You can't watch literally pretty much any TV show without it having just terrible things that are literally rotting your brain. Are people, blaspheming God? Are people lying? Are people being greedy? Are people being violent? Are people hating each other? Are people gossiping? Are people stealing? Do you get happy when a bully is, oh no, not when, do you get happy in a movie there's a bully and then the person's bullying gets back at them, and do you cheer? Because that is a sin. You're not, one, you don't do that, you turn the other cheek, and two, pray for enemies to persecute you. Three, if or whatever enemies, when they die, are you happy when they die? Are you happy when the person fights back? Are you happy when the enemy dies? The Bible says that is a sin. You're not supposed to be happy when your enemy falls. Literally everything in music and TV, everywhere you look, is designed to be a sin and you enjoy. It's designed so that you will be delighting in evil instead of rejoicing in the truth. Everywhere you look, everything you watch, everything you see. And you wonder why you have to take all these pills and pop bottles and everything. Because the world went to crap.